everyone, and welcome to Teaching Natural. My name is Behr. I'm a fourth year high school English teacher, second year AVID teacher in Southern California, or SoCal. So today is Monday, July 26th. It is my second day of classroom setup, so if you have not seen the first video, I'll link it down in the description. But today is the bookshelves. Again, that's my big project for the day. I need to sand them, and I also need to paint them. I went to Home Depot yesterday, and got a sanding block. So you'll see me do that. And then after I take care of the bookshelves, one teacher is going to bring up another bookshelf for me. So then I'll be able to paint that. Once those are dry, I'm expecting about Wednesday, I'll be able to actually put the books on the bookshelf because I obviously want to make sure the paint is completely dry. And then once I get done with the bookshelves, then I can organize the desks. I'm planning on organizing the desk on Tuesday, since I don't exactly know which day the teacher's gonna come in and bring the bookshelf to me. So I don't wanna organize all the desks and then I have to like jigsaw through my classroom to get the bookshelf in there. So there is that. I have a few more books that I got from Amazon over the weekend, so I need to go ahead and label that. One of the books I got does not have the dust jacket, so I actually need to measure out this so that I can create a dust jacket for it. I'm just going to print out a picture of the cover on it. And then, that's the big thing. We'll see where we go as we go along. When I went to Home Depot, I picked up the 80 sanding brick. I already had these gloves. And I brought with me my hammer that I always keep in my car because if you remember, there was a nail for this bookshelf. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that now. Move this other bookshelf out the way. Alrighty, bookshelves sanded. Y'all, there was a nail. The one I told you about did not want to come do anything. Whoever put the bookshelf together did not make sure that when they were hammering the back, it was actually going into the shelf. So when I was trying to get the nail, it just kept chipping off parts of the shelf. So I'm gonna get some sculpture clay and just cover that. Actually, I already have sculpture clay because when my glasses chip or something like that, I just fill it with sculpture clay. But now it's time to paint. So shout out to the wonderful guy at Home Depot who helped me figure out how much paint I need because spatial awareness is not my intelligence. I cannot tell distance, shape, all things like that. Can't do it. So he helped me figure out that for 3 bookshelves, remember the one the teacher's bringing in, I would probably be needing a gallon of paint. So I chose this color. It's called Ranch Brown. The lighting is going to make it look a lot more yellow, but it's a really nice brown. And like that brown color. I'm gonna try to be really careful, but if I spill, conveniently, this color will match some of the speckle in the carpet. So, way to go me. I just have it under a paper plate. Is that the safest? No. At this point, do I care? Not exactly. If you are going to be painting a bookshelf, ideally you would have more time to do it than I do, because we go for in-service next week, and in-service is like the teachers come back and we do our professional development and we get to know the new teachers and reunite. And then they say they're going to give you time to go to your classroom, but it's only like an hour or two. I really don't get things done during in-service. So I plan ahead and I come the week before. All that to say, if you're going to paint bookshelves, you would want to do it with a lot of time to allow it to dry. And if you don't like the color, you want time to make that work. But I've chatted enough. I am going to get painting the bookshelves. I'm going to paint the side frame, the top, and that side. I don't know if I'm going to paint the back of the bookshelf. We'll see. If it looks a catastrophe with this color, then I will paint the back of the bookshelf. If it is good enough, since there will be books back there anyway, then I won't worry about it. All right, here we go. Any art teachers out there or Mr. Miyagi karate trainers, you might want to shield your eyes, because the paint job is not going to be, as pretty as it probably could be. But one coat, this is what it's looking like so far. And this paint was a paint and primer in one, so I did not need to prime because I definitely would not have time for that. And I love the color. It's super pretty. My door is open, so the sunlight is like making my camera change the color. But with one coat, it covered up. I had a bunch of student graffiti here and like line marks here, and it covered that in one coat. I have to keep telling myself like it's okay that these kind of like wood grain spots are here, because books are going to be on it, so it's not going to be too, important. I did the side of the bookshelf. I should have taken a before and after picture. I should probably go back into this footage and get it. But so this is one bookshelf, and it was oddly satisfying painting it. It was like really calm. I was just listening to I May Destroy You on HBO Max. It's so good, but content warning, it does deal with some heavy violence topics, so it's not for everybody, but it's really good. I think
I don't think I'm going to paint the back of that just because it looks fine. Like you can't even really tell that it's a different color. And also, again, this is a bookshelf. It's going to have all of these books on it. So there's really no point in painting the back of that. So now I need to go ahead and paint this bookshelf. And then I'll be done for the day with bookshelf things.
Alrighty, the bookshelves are done. They're drying. I washed off the paintbrush and my gloves as best as I could. And now I'm moving on to this back counter area, which has all the resources for my students. Actually, it's a side counter. So, because of COVID, the Rona, I did not collect really any physical paperwork. And I liked that for a lot of things. Like I liked not having stacks of essays to take home, pretend that I'm going to grade them all, and really just be transporting them back and forth to school all the time. It was so easy to just have it right online and be able to click the rubric. So I'm going to keep a lot of that digital process for certain things. There are going to be things like, annotating poems and things like that. They will have a physical copy, but they don't turn in things like that really for me. So I don't really need this homework passes label because I'm not collecting a whole lot of physical stuff. So there is no need for a bin just for passes for if a student is absent or late and they need to turn in their homework. Same thing with a no-name bin. I don't really think I'm going to need that. I'm going to keep the labels just in case, but I don't really need them. So I need to put together these, I call them document accordions, but they're just the document files. Put that together, and then I have labels for Avid and English that I need to put on the doc folders. That way Avid knows here are your documents that you routinely need, and English, here are the documents that you routinely need. But then I ran into a problem. Because I'm teaching two different preps, I have Avid and English, I need two document accordions. And I made another label, but it's too small for the one I already made. So I am going to print another document accordion and laminate it when I get home. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with this one, but I like this one's size because it's just doesn't take up as much room on the back counter. So I have my long staple remover. I don't know what this is actually called, but I'm going to remove the homework passes, the no name, and I'll keep this document accordion up for now, just as a reminder. But I'm going to remove these off, and then I'm going to hot glue the blue background onto this and then cut it like how you see all of the labels here. And then I don't know if I want to hot glue the label onto the file folder. You'll see what I end up doing. Okay, it has been probably about 15-30 minutes since I have checked in. It's 12:07 now, and I'm feeling like I can kind of leave for the day. I got a lot done. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got done today, and then I'll probably be closing out the vlog after I show you. So I put out my thought circle jars. I do need to erase the period numbers because those are not the periods I'm teaching this semester. I put my turn-in bins out. These are just regular bins. They're like black off of Amazon. It's like a 6-stack pack, I think. And you can also find them at Home Depot. And then I just got some Rust-Oleum spray paint in the colors of my classroom and spray painted them really easy. I put my document accordion sign up. I do need to go home and print the second one. That way I can get it up there. But I've got my periods here, English and Avid. Got my agenda bins up. And I took down the no name. I did the bookshelves. Again, they're almost dry. I'm not going to put anything on them right now, obviously, because they're still. I've played with my desk arrangements. So I've got
group of 4, group of 4, group of 5, and that spacing looks really good. I should be able to do the same spacing here in the middle for this second row, and then one final row here, which will still give me plenty of space for students to access the bookshelf. I think I said in my classroom vlog, the first one from last Friday, that the more traffic you have going here, like the more congested it's going to be. And I only have 54-minute periods, so I need my students to get in, get their books, get back to their seats every time we transition. So this is good, how much space I have. And then I'll show you the spacing right now between the back counter. So again, this is a place where students collect all the things they need. I'll put their worksheets like in front of the document accordion so that they can get them. Plenty of space back here. If I need to scoot these over to get another group, I totally can, which is cool. And then for the spacing here, I have a lot of spacing. That way I'll be able to get in to talk to these side students individually without, having to put my whole entire butt in their face, because that is not fun. And a tip, if you have the space, is make your desks as wide as your hips. Slightly wider if you can, because your hips are typically the widest part of your body. So if your hips can get through without, kicking a student's bag or knocking over a desk, you're typically fine. And then same spacing here. And then I did the hip trick here. This is actually enough spacing for a student to sit and even lean back without banging their head against the whiteboard. All the things you have to think about of being a teacher. And then finally, last few things that I put up, I did put up my schedule cards, and I just printed these on PowerPoint, but if you'd like me to show you how I do them, do. So I have all of my bell schedule. I like it like this. This is the typical coloring of my classroom, but the problem is I color code my classes. So the first period that I teach is pink, the next period is gold, the next period is white, the next period is gray, the next period is blue. So the problem is I am not teaching a first period, I'm teaching second period, which means that I would have to start my thing with a blue for first period and then a pink for second period and stuff like that. And I just kind of have to look at it for a while to make myself, feel okay with it. Another thing that I thought about is I hated how this setup is, because these drawers, it is like a left-handed desk. Like the drawers of my desk are on the right-hand side. So I would slide over and bang the crap out of my knee every day. Like I'm so lucky that I did not break my kneecaps. So this was always so kind of claustrophobic, and obviously my backpack would be in the desk, but this was just a lot of claustrophobia to get to here. So what I think I'm going to do is, with the spacing of this bookshelf, I think both of these can fit right in here. Yes, it'll be more walking to get up and get my grading. And again, these are color coded by each period. So I put each period's work in their grading. And then these are copies. Yeah, so I'm thinking if I move these two things here, that'll be there. I have a comments for Miss B box. It usually goes here with the thought circle, but I think I like the idea of putting it on top of either the bookshelf or just leaving it on top of this drawer. But that is how we're looking. I'll give you a slow tour of everything so far, where we're at. I hate that the sun is glaring because the door is behind me, but you can see all of the craziness going on at the end of day 2. I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog right here. So in the meantime and in between time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone.